Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Call Me When They Kiss. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sydney.
And
I'm Parker.
And I'm Kylan.
we're so excited for this episode because we have our first ever guests, Parker and Kylan. Parker and I went to high school together, and we've been friends ever since. Do you guys want to talk about how you met?
We just met on Hinge.
What was your first date?
Sushi. It was sushi. And then we watched a Studio Ghibli movie, but we didn't pay attention because we were talking the whole time.
What Studio Ghibli movie was it?
Castle in the Sky? Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. Okay, so Sydney and I, we went to all this effort trying to set up equipment so that we could record with 4 people, and we could not figure it out. So that's why we're sitting cozy on these chairs, and we're sharing these mics, and we're just crossing our fingers that everything's going to work, and you'll be able to hear all of us. And yeah, do you have anything to add, Sydney?
I know it's hard to believe because we seem like such pros, but we are amateurs, and we're still very much trying to figure this out.
Yeah, so we're really grateful for Parker and Kylan for bearing with us and sharing a chair and a microphone. And I also wanted to say Parker and Kylan were some of the first people that I told that Sydney and I wanted to start a podcast, because them and our other friend Danielle, because they're genuinely some of my most supportive friends. And like I said, Parker and I went to high school together, but we both ended up living in Utah together, and we've become even better friends, I feel like, since then. It started with us watching reality TV together.
Yeah, seriously.
But I feel like we've really bonded. And then he met Kylan, and it got even better. Like, I immediately loved Kylan. And Kylan, you guys, is like one of our biggest supporters of the podcast, and I'm so grateful for Kylan. He always texts me when he listens to the episode, and he's been reading the books along with us. So Kylan, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being such a supportive friend. It genuinely means a lot to me when people, even my friends, like actually listen to our podcast and support us. So thank you so much.
And he has great taste. He reads like all the same romance books that we love. So you can trust him. We've had some episodes where I'm like, was this rom-com just bad because it was directed by a man? We don't hate all men.
Not all men. Not all men.
They have excellent taste. We can trust them.
Yeah. And, well, I feel like I've been talking a lot. Do you guys have anything you want to say about our friendship, or do you want to...
How much you love Issa?
Love Issa, 10 out of 10, friend and podcast host.
Thank you.
And this is so happy to be here. This is actually this is the second time in 2026 that I've been asked to be on a podcast for my gay opinion. So that's kind of
Wait,
crazy.
what was the other podcast?
Kylan's aunt has this like her husband died last year, and so she started this like grief center, and so she started a podcast about dealing with grief. And my episode was about grieving your gay children's heterosexuality, I guess.
Oh, wow. Dang, that actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, send us the link.
It's a lot heavier than this, but it was good.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. This movie gets pretty heavy.
This is a heavy one.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, very early on when I told Parker and Kylan that we were thinking about starting this podcast, like, this was one of our earliest ideas, to have you guys on to specifically talk about Brokeback Mountain. We haven't even said that yet. Today we're talking about Brokeback Mountain. And it sounded really fun at the time, and then I watched the movie for the first time, and I was like, wait, this is like a sad movie. It's not like the gay cowboy movie.
Yeah.
It's like a sad movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Parker immediately was like, oh yeah, I can be your gay correspondent. So we have our gay correspondents here.
I'm gonna put that on my resume.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay, well, should we start with like a lighthearted... Are there any intro things I'm forgetting? I guess if it's your first time here, I'll do my spiel. Every Friday, Sydney and I discuss a romance movie or sometimes a TV series, and you can also join us the last Monday of every month for a romance book. Okay, we're going to start with a more lighthearted question before we begin our Brokeback Mountain discussion. So, Parker and Kylan, please give us your celebrity crushes. As many as you would like. But tell us, we also need to know who your number one is, though.
Oh, okay. My number one is Ryan Gosling. Definitely loved him in Project Hail Mary just recently. But yeah, he's always been my top one.
Always?
Pretty much. How many other ones?
I have an obscure one. Have you guys seen Downton Abbey?
Mm-hmm.
You know Tom, the Irish guy, who's
Yes.
like a socialist?
Yes, yeah.
That guy, he's so hot.
He is
He's so
cute.
hot.
Does
Any
he-
Irish guy, really. Cillian Murphy also.
Does he die?
No.
Oh, he doesn't die. Okay.
I
But
need to look
spoiler
it up.
alert, his wife does.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, I was gonna ask like, do you have girl celebrity crushes? Because like, I'm not attracted to girls, but I'm still like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she's my celebrity
Well, I
crush.
have my Emma Watson has been one of my if I was straight, that would be my crush.
And you know, that really is like a straight guy answer too. Like every guy loved Emma Watson.
And
Yeah,
Zendaya,
sure.
I love Zendaya.
Oh, everyone loves Zendaya. I always said Natalie Portman before I came out of the closet, and I stand by that.
No,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So do you like Hayden Christensen?
Yes.
Like was
yes.
Star Wars like a
Oh,
good viewing
yeah.
experience?
I
Yes.
enjoyed that. Yes,
I think that Revenge of the Sith is one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies. It's probably my favorite Star Wars movie.
They both look awesome in that movie.
Oh, also Ewan, what's his name?
McGregor.
McGregor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
In
Oh,
that
I
movie
love
is very
him.
hot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you
He's
seen?
probably one of my top ones.
Have you seen Moulin Rouge?
Yes.
Uh-uh.
Ewan McGregor like sings in it.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Like
sure?
I didn't
Yeah,
know he could
it's-
sing, and then I
he's
saw
like-
that movie, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's really cute in that one.
He has a different aesthetic, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, where did we leave off? Your celebrity crushes.
You were talking about if there was any other reality TV, but we could cut that if you wanted to go back and.
At this rate, we better.
Rob though. Rob's a cowboy.
Okay,
I just
Parker,
want to say Rob.
tell us your thoughts on
I just
Rob.
love Rob.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nonchalant cowboy. He's everything.
From Traders.
Yeah.
And Love Island. You guys, I don't like Rob.
You
I thought he was
don't?
the bad guy.
No.
She doesn't.
This
I
is
found
crazy.
out.
Last I heard, Issa loved him.
No, she doesn't like them.
When did I ever love him?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
No, I
I
don't
thought
like him.
everyone
Yeah,
loved
we
him.
just assume everyone loves him.
That's why I don't like him, because he does the bare minimum and he doesn't like women.
Well, no, it's true. It's like, I hate how much I love him, but I can't help it. I usually wouldn't have a crush on a guy like that, like a super confident, dumb, straight man. But he just got it.
I'm glad that he brought you joy, though, on Traders.
Yeah, it was a good season of Traders,
Oh,
thanks to him.
Wow.
I have him in a Kiss, Marry, Kill for you guys for the end of the episode.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're running out of time here after all our technical difficulties.
I've got about 20 minutes.
I don't even know if they can hear you.
I've got 20 minutes I can see on here. So I guess we could start with like our overall thoughts. And I'll admit, and this isn't the first time, you guys, I really need to step up my game.
Don't even tell them.
Yeah. I don't tell them. Just be confident.
Well, now I have to. I've already said it. I did miss the last 20 minutes of the movie, which is apparently the most important, impactful 20 minutes of the whole entire movie. I do know what happens, though. I feel like I can still adequately, like, rate and, like, share my feelings on the movie, you know? But, yeah. Do we want to start with, like, our overall feelings?
Well, I kind of want to know when you guys watched Brokeback Mountain for the first time, because as a straight woman, I'm almost 28 years old. This was my first time watching Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
So I want to know for you, our gay correspondents, when you first saw Brokeback Mountain and how you felt about it and like the impact that it had on you.
Well, the first time I saw it, like, the whole movie was last year. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the first time
So
I
you're
watched-
not a true gay, basically.
No, well, listen, the first time, and feel free to cut this out, but the first time I watched part of it was when I was Googling scenes in high school. You
Okay.
could probably guess which scenes. And that was good. I always liked that.
Okay, I think you redeemed your gay status by admitting that. Okay.
The first time I watched it, I was like 16, I think, and I pirated it on my phone and like in bed at night because I wasn't supposed to watch rated R movies, but I had to see Brokeback Mountain because like it is the gay movie, and also I wanted to see certain scenes too. So like for me, it was actually very like it was impactful, but in a lot of like confusing different ways because. Like growing up very religious, it was like a very shameful thing. So it was like a thing I did in secret, and like I felt bad about watching it, but I did enjoy the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How did you feel? And like, I have another question about this later, so maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But because it is so sad, and at the time, like, you guys were closeted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel watching that and like seeing the homophobia and like, did you feel like, I mean, hopefully not, you wouldn't experience anything as violent and quite as depressing as what happened to them, but like, did it make you feel sad for like what your future might look like if you never came out? Or like, is this making sense?
No, yeah, totally.
well, I mean, at the time, I never had plans to come out, and that I was gonna still marry a woman. So, like, honestly, it was like, Ennis's life was gonna be my life, pretty much, but without the side stuff.
You would have been loyal.
That was what my plan was.
Yeah.
So, like, it did make me sad.
Yeah.
Knowing that there are people that do experience that, and so, but it was just very weird for me because it's like, I don't know, that won't be my life.
Yeah.
For me, it was impactful in that, like, my dad grew up on a farm in the Rocky Mountains, and my mom grew up on a ranch, and so I'm like multi-generational country rancher people, right? So to me, it felt very accurate, and it was like really tragic and sad, but it was refreshing, the portrayal. I like it because like there's probably people who have had similar lives in that time and place. So it was really interesting, and it also shows it's not just like bad for the gays, it's like bad for everyone. Like their wives suffered, their kids suffered, all because of the lack of acceptance and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's what, because as women watching it, I was like, man, I really feel sad for, obviously I felt sad for Jack and Ennis, but I felt sad for their wives too. And like, but me and Sydney were talking about it before we started recording, and I think that makes it even more progressive and ahead of its time, because it wasn't like the gay people are the good guys and the straight people are the bad guys, you know, or vice versa. Yeah. It was like all of these people are affected by this, and they're all making mistakes, and they're all suffering and going through hard things because of this. So, yeah. It wasn't just, like I said earlier, it wasn't just like a gay cowboy movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sydney, I guess since you're short on time, you should tell us your thoughts on the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was a good question that Issa asked, because I thought the same thing. Like, once I had watched it, I was like, wow, this is quite a heavy movie for this to be, like, the gay movie that everybody knows about and everybody talks about. And I'm like, was it so big just because it was the only, like, really, like, there's a lot of stars in that movie. And so I don't know if it had this, like, big impact just because of its, like, that. Like, it was just the only one. Yeah, like, the celebrities. It was the only really big, like, mainstream one that everybody was talking about back then. And, because, yeah, when I watched it, I just thought, like, this would be sad if this was, like, your only movie that, like, you'd watch that, like, could give you any sort of, like, glimpse into, like, what your life can be. And so, yeah, like, it's almost hard to rate, because it's like when you, like, do you say, oh, I enjoyed it? Because it's like such a sad.
Enjoyed it. Which part did you enjoy?
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's so, like, there's not a happy ending, and none of the characters are, like, fully happy, and any, you know, they have these glimpses of happiness and things like that, but, like, yeah, it's, but I think it was, like, a well-made movie, you know, totally. Like, I think the acting was great. I think that, like, it felt kind of just nostalgic to even see Wyoming, and reminds me of Idaho and of Washington, and, you know, but yeah, like, I thought all the film qualities about it were great, but it's like, do I want to go back and watch this movie over and over again? It's so sad.
Yeah, I couldn't rewatch it very often either.
Yeah.
But I guess I'd rate it like a 4, though.
What would you take a point off for?
Well, I was telling Issa about this. It's hard for me to, like, fully, like, I was seeing Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And like when I watched A Star Is Born, for example, that's like a really depressing movie. And Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper are like big names. But I did feel like when I was watching that movie that it didn't feel like I was watching a movie. Like I was really like in that world.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because of their names and like who I know them. I just kept thinking like about Taylor Swift or about like the Joker, or, like all these things, you know, like it felt more, and maybe because like also I know they're not gay in real life. Well, I guess I don't know. But yeah, like it was a little bit harder for me to fully feel like these aren't two guys playing a role and really be like immersed in that reality, which kind of does. I mean, I don't know if you want to ask this question now or not, but I was curious, like thinking like if it were remade today, I think that they would be more intentional about casting gay actors, and I wonder like how that might change the performances, the overall reception. Because I also think it's interesting that like they can take these roles and still have these massive careers, where like gay guys couldn't even come out and keep their careers. But like straight guys can play a gay character and keep theirs. And so I think there's like things like that don't really have anything to do with the movie, but that make it a little bit harder to like really enjoy because of that double standard that existed even in 2000 whatever when this movie was made. So that's my thoughts. But
yeah, no, I think it'd be so interesting because like you said, like since they've been in like these other things, had these different roles, all this like drama outside of acting that has changed your perspective or like of the people, the actors. That would be so interesting to like if you could go back and watch it when it first came out.
Yeah.
Because like maybe maybe they weren't as well known and like you didn't have any of that connection, so like you could immerse yourself more in the story. So like I do wish I could go back and watch it at that time.
This was before Batman.
It was 2005, I think. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Whale.
what I was trying to say is, yeah, that is one of our questions. Like, how do you feel about straight actors portraying gay characters? Because I was thinking too, like, obviously in 2026, Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal probably would not have been cast in these roles, but how much, because they were such big celebrities, did it, on the one hand, help the movement though? Because they like maybe it had to start there.
Yeah, like they sort of brought the gay conversation to the mainstream,
right?
Or helped at least.
What was I saying?
Like these two big macho big actors were okay taking this role.
Yeah, so like they're secure in their masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like I can like portray a gay character. It doesn't have any image on who I am or anything like that. Whether like whatever you think about it. And so I think it was a good thing.
And I think they captured the characters pretty well because
they were like closeted men.
That's like the feelings of feeling closet. Like I could see like they understood the experience to some extent. So they at least like clocked in and like did the assignment. So I appreciate that a lot. And I think it might not have been as big of a movie if it were, cast gay. The movie might not have been made if it were cast gay back then. You know what I mean? Like the studios might not have funded it and everything. So it's also a lot easier to forgive them because they're so hot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I like if straight people playing gay characters, if they're hot, I'm okay with it.
So who do you think is hotter, Jake Gyllenhaal or Heath Ledger?
I think Heath Ledger.
I'm a Heath guy.
Okay.
Even in this movie.
Even with the receding hairline in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's
It's Jake
really...
Gyllenhaal's eyes. They get me. They're like,
something's off.
well, they're like crazy eyes. They're so big.
As you were saying that, I was like widening my eyes. Okay, well, while we're on the topic of like them being cast, I was reading that so the director is Ang Lee, but before he was attached to the movie, there was another director that was like almost going to direct it, and he really wanted Joaquin Phoenix and Matt Damon.
Another Joker.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy.
They have the same energy, I guess.
Yeah.
Damon.
The Joker secret.
Gay jokers.
And then, Matt Damon was like, I already did a gay movie, which was The Talented Mr. Ripley. I've never seen it, but I guess it's like Saltburn vibes.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I haven't seen it.
I've heard it.
And then he had also just done a cowboy movie. So he was like, I can't do a gay cowboy movie. And then that other director that didn't end up actually doing it, he had also considered Leonardo DiCaprio and let me look at my notes. There was someone else. I've got a lot of notes. Shoot. Oh, Brad Pitt.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm glad it wasn't Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I would
That
not
would've been
enjoy
bad.
that.
And they didn't. Well, and then they approached Mark Wahlberg, and they wanted Mark Wahlberg to be in it, and he said the script creeped him out.
Well,
And we just learned, like, I guess in the 90s, he got in a lot of trouble for saying a bunch of homophobic stuff. So I'm surprised he was even approached for the movie.
Mark Wahlberg and his brothers were arrested in like the 80s or 90s for beating up an Asian person on the street for being Asian.
Yeah.
Really?
Like racist, homophobic.
And he
They're
also,
just bad people.
he also said that thing about 9/11.
Wait, what did he say?
He was on like one of the late night shows and he said, let's just say if I was on that plane, it would have gone down differently.
Oh my
And it's
god.
like, you know, you play an action
What?
star, right? You're not actually like a secret agent. You just play one.
Oh my god.
Well, he loves to beat people up. So
I guess, yeah, I guess maybe he would have been good on it. I don't know.
That's
Anyways, not Mark Wahlberg. Boo, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Okay, but who would you guys cast? If the movie was remade today, who would you cast? And I guess they could be gay or straight.
That's hard. I liked Heated Rivalry because I didn't know those actors at all. They were
Yeah.
super obscure and they did great. So maybe obscure new guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you like told us this question ahead of time about specifically gay actors. So the first thought that came to my head was Jonathan Bailey for Jack. And then,
He loves Jonathan.
yeah, too.
I did too.
He is one of my celebrity crushes. And then the only one I could think of for Ennis would be Matt Bomer, but literally Jonathan Bailey and Matt Bomer.
Wait, I have to
already
look up a
played-
picture.
They
Who's
play.
Yeah.
He's in White Collar and.
I thought he was so hot.
What else is he in? But
This guy?
he's with
Oh yeah, he's
Jonathan
hot.
Bailey in a different series called Fellow Traveler. So it's like they can't be a couple.
Do they play
Yeah,
lovers?
They do.
Oh, they do.
And it's like secret closeted lovers.
And it's interesting because kind of going back to what I was talking about before, like Matt Bomer has said that like when he came out, that he did lose roles. Like he was kind of on a streak. I remember him being like fan casted as like Superman before Henry Cavill's Superman. And yeah, so like I feel like he's a good example of somebody that's like very handsome, very good looking, like he was building his career and then it kind of just like came to a stop. I'm glad that Jonathan Bailey's like so big though and people really
Yeah.
love him because I'm hoping that kind of like opens some doors again. But yeah, because like he plays a lot of straight characters too and nobody like questions him in that, you know. But Matt Bomer, I've always thought he was really cute, so that's a good choice.
Well, but I also read that they didn't think Heath Ledger was like manly enough to play.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like, if
He's a man.
they almost didn't think Heath Ledger was manly enough, then I don't know if. I guess I just can only picture Jonathan Bailey as Bridgerton Jonathan Bailey, so it's hard for me to picture him as like a cowboy, yeah, or Fierro. But no, he's really hot. Is there any other actors?
Oh, I was gonna say, I know we're like casting today, but if this were in the 80s, I think Patrick Swayze could play Heath Ledger's role
Yeah.
really well. And I think
agree.
that he had that same kind of like secure masculinity, you know, like I
Totally.
think he would have taken that role and
Yeah.
been like excited about it and really
Yeah,
done as good of a job.
Yeah, because he was like, yeah, he was definitely comfortable with his masculinity.
I really like this whole
It's okay.
I should sit back.
That's okay. Okay, so I guess Sydney gave it a 4 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5 at first too, and honestly, I only deducted a point because I was kind of bored for some of it.
Yeah, it's
like
kinda
it's
slow.
kind of
It's
slow.
slow.
There's a lot of just.
But then, like, the more I was reading about it and thinking about it, I was like, wow, this is so amazing and impactful, and like, oh my gosh. And I was like reading all these like quotes about it, and not even just like the gayness of it, but also just like the way it depicts the American West. I read this quote about it subverting the myth of the American West, and I was like, wow, yeah, this is so amazing. So I honestly think maybe I'd give it an extra 0.5 and still deduct a 0.5 for being a little bit bored. Because I was like, okay, I kept like checking the time. I was like, okay, this is long. But no, overall, I really, really liked it. And I think everybody should watch it, genuinely.
Yeah, totally. I gave it 5 stars on my Letterboxd, and last night I put it on my Letterboxd favorites list. So that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Your top 4?
Not top 4. I don't do the top 4.
Okay.
I'm not like other raters. I have my own list, so I can have as many as I want. But there's only 16, so.
Okay. Kylan?
I gave it a 5. Like I was just saying that like everyone should watch it. Honestly, like I agree. Like I hate that it kind of has those images. Oh, it's the gay cowboy movie, and like people think it's just like people who haven't seen it think it's like a silly taboo type thing. But it's like if you watch it, it's like no, it's really emotional and like impactful, and it has really important things to say. So I wish it was more like accepted by other people as well.
Yeah.
I also really like it as like I'm personally not country, but as I said, my family is, and it's not only accurate in like the gay telling, but it's also like sometimes Hollywood movies come out about like small towns or like the West or something, and they're just really cheesy. But this felt really accurate, like small town vibes.
It wasn't a romanticized version of
exactly.
what life was like at that time, what the American West was like at that time, what the hard labor they did was like, and you know, Ennis is broke for the whole movie and like trying to take care of his family. So yeah,
we were even talking about like the women's role too was very realistic. That I can't remember her name, Jack's wife. Anne Hathaway.
Lorraine.
Yeah, Lorraine. Both of these women, it didn't even romanticize their lives at all, and like you can see that they didn't really have a whole lot of like autonomy or choices. Like Jack married Lorraine.
Lorraine.
It's
an ugly name. Lureen.
Yeah, like Lauren, but like
Ugly.
worse.
Lauren, but make it ugly.
He basically married her because, you know, he had overheard at the bar or whatever that her dad had a lot of money or whatever, and I'm sure that he thought, oh, this could like be a good in for me, you know. And then even when Heath Ledger divorces Michelle Williams, Alma, she goes and marries like the grocery guy, you know, and he seemed like a nice guy, but again, like she's a single mom of 2 kids, like she's gonna marry who she needs to marry, like in that time.
I was surprised that she even divorced, because like back then it was much more taboo.
Yeah, so I think that like it was fairly accurate like across the whole board, you know, like a gay experience, a West experience, like these women experiences, and what they dealt with, like, yeah, it was very realistic. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, maybe I should rate it more.
Well, and like, because the whole movie, I was thinking, oh my gosh, if I saw my husband kissing a man or a woman, and that scene, I know it's been kind of meme-ified when they're kissing and she catches them. But I would immediately say something, and I was like, why is she not saying anything? Like, this is so crazy. But even as Cindy was talking, I'm like, well, duh, that's why. Like, she doesn't, what's she supposed to do? Like,
what's her life gonna be like?
Yeah.
Like, if she divorces her husband, like, this is like unheard of. You can't do this.
And then when she finally did confront him, he got aggressive with her, and I hadn't even thought about that. Like, she was scared to confront him. Like,
because he would be scared.
Yeah, and who's to say that was the first time he like got aggressive with her? Like, maybe she
do
knew.
show a little bit.
Their fight.
Hostile with her all the time.
Yeah, so maybe she genuinely was scared to confront him about it.
Yeah, that's the thing about like small town rural poverty is like she was trapped. She didn't have anywhere to go. She was lucky she found that grocery store guy. I feel bad. It goes to show the impact it has on more than just the gay guys.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have some more questions for you guys, but do you have any other overall thoughts on the movie that you want to share?
So pretty. I want to live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I really liked the music too, actually.
Yeah.
I think it might have got nominated for Best Original Score. I know it was nominated for Best Picture. I might be making up the original score part. I saw something about the score.
Nobody fact check us.
Yeah. Are you ready for your questions?
Yes.
Or okay.
What time is it?
It is 11:55.
Okay, maybe I'm trying to. His appointment's at 12:30, so he might not leave until like 15 more minutes. But I'm trying to wonder if it's like an interview portion anyways, if it's like a smooth transition, or if I should like stay for 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
You should just stay.
Okay, we'll see.
We like your insights.
Mhm.
Okay. So, again, from my perspective as a straight woman, and we keep talking about, oh, it's the gay cowboy movie. It seems like it's the gay movie, like the only one.
Mhm.
So is that very, like, and it's had the most impact in the mainstream. That's like how I feel. Is that true, or is that just like a straight person's perspective? Do you think there's any other movies that come close to like touching the impact that Brokeback Mountain has had?
I think in like wider mainstream culture, it's probably the biggest. It was super Oscar baity with all the cast and everything, and like this is part of why I think it was good at the time that it was cast with like the straight like Hollywood heartthrob actors, because that kind of gave people permission who weren't gay to see it. Before that, like there were gay movies and gay culture, but they were mostly seen by queer people, like Rocky Horror Picture Show, and
That's the other one I was thinking of.
yeah, and then there's this movie called something Hedwig in the 90s about a drag queen. Like there's drag movies and stuff in the 90s, and but none of those were like big theatrical releases. And even since then, like we've seen some like indie gay movies that came out in the last year. Last year we saw one. It was an A24 movie called Queer, and Daniel Craig was the lead in it.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
But not a lot of people have heard of that. It was mostly for the queers. So Brokeback Mountain kind of like broke the barrier and made like a movie and told a story that was good enough that everyone would be interested in it. So I would say in mainstream culture, it is the most quintessential like gay movie. But in like gay culture, not as much, but it's still very important because it tells a good story, it tells it well, and it really reflects the queer experience. So
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite queer movies?
this is probably one of them actually. I love Call Me by Your Name, obviously.
Yeah,
Except for the
that. Yeah. when I think about some of the ones that were most impactful for me, Call Me by Your Name was one. And another one I thought of was Love, Simon.
Oh yeah.
Which, like, for a younger audience, I think is pretty impactful.
That's true. I wanted to watch that one.
Also, one of my other favorite movies on that list was sorry, I'm totally blanking. Oh, Lady Bird, which is definitely not like a queer movie or anything, but she just like dates a boyfriend at her Catholic high school, and she like walks in on him kissing another boy, and it's just like one scene, but that really impacted me, and I think so I'd put that up there on my list, even though it's not like a queer movie.
Yeah. I've never seen Lady Bird, but I feel like I need to watch it. Okay, let's see what my next question is.
Also, she's the man,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
which isn't queer, but if you
Yeah,
it kind of is.
if you reach a little bit, it is.
That's funny. If you close your eyes.
Yeah, you squint a little bit.
Okay. My next question, we already talked about the straight actors playing the gay characters. Okay, so I want to read you guys some quotes, and they're kind of long, but I think it's good context for our audience. You guys know we have like a very large platform here at Call Me When They Kiss. And I want your thoughts on this, okay? So, Gyllenhaal said in 2006 that Ennis and Jack were straight men who developed this love, this bond, saying in a Details interview, "I approached the story believing that these are actually two straight guys who fall in love. However, in 2015, so that's what he said in 2006. Then in 2015, we've had almost 10 years of progression. He told The Hollywood Reporter that this was a gay love story and that his character was the more overtly gay of the two. Then Ledger told Time magazine in 2005, "I don't think Ennis could be labeled as gay. Without Jack Twist, I don't know that he ever would have come out. I think the whole point was that it was two souls that fell in love with each other." And then this is the craziest one. Others said they felt the character's sexuality was meant to be ambiguous. Clarence Patton and Christopher Murray of New York's Gay City News wrote that Ennis and Jack's experiences were metaphors for many men who do not identify as gay or even queer, but who nevertheless have sex with other men. And I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. Is that not just being gay?
Okay. I think it's reasonable for Jake Gyllenhaal to kind of change his approach just because of the time period and like society at the time. But like I definitely think that like of the characters, like Jack was gay, and I think that he knew he was gay from like growing up, and was like more open about that. That's why he was willing to like let's move to a ranch together and be together. He told his parents about Ennis and like things like that. And I think Ennis, with the way that he grew up with his father, like he explains about how his father made a point to show him the gay couple that was killed. And so like extremely homophobic, like you do not do that. So, like it was very much repressed, that like he probably had thought about it a little bit at some point in his life, but like he was like, no, push that away, like that is not a thing. But then being isolated with Jack, it just did come out. And like you can kind of tell that like I don't think he's a straight man that fell in love, because like you can see like his interactions with his wife, like they made a point to show that like he didn't care about kissing his wife
when they were having sex and he flipped her over.
Yeah, he was like I don't want to kiss her or look at her, and just like looked her over. And so it's like you could tell like he was not straight.
That's so funny, because I read another quote about, because there's been a lot of discussion and arguments about the sexuality of the characters, and a lot of people think that they're bi, and I read a quote where somebody interpreted that sex scene with his wife as him being like very eager to have sex with a woman, and like so he must have been bisexual. So
might have been a virgin.
That's
Like that
so
is not eager sex.
I'm really glad you brought that up. Yeah, because I was kind of confused, honestly. I was like wait, what is going on?
I think that was one of the first scenes that I was like, I mean, I felt sad for her before, of course, like if he had cheated on her, but that scene specifically, their sex scene, was one of the first times that I really like felt sad for her, because I don't know what she felt like in the moment. You could see her. It's like she said, like she said his name, but then the scene immediately like cut to the next scene, and so I wasn't even sure, like, is she even like enjoying this? Like,
I think that was meant to reflect
like,
her own confusion about the situation. Like, it would be so many mixed signals from him,
and in that time period too, it is kind of like, well, you just like submit to your husband. If that's what he wants to do, that's what you do. And that part, like knowing what we know, I don't know how she felt in that moment, but knowing that the context, I'm like, oh, poor girl, that he doesn't want to be with her, and if she knew, she probably wouldn't want to be with him either, and that like this being forced into this like secrecy, like we had said at the beginning, it's just making everybody unhappy, and nobody is like living their fulfilled life.
So what I think about like whether or not each of these characters is like quote unquote gay is I've been listening to a lot of history podcasts lately, and I've listened to a couple about like sex specifically, and so the term gay, or like the identity of being I don't know, I guess the identity of being gay wasn't invented. Like people have obviously always had been homosexual, you know what I mean? Like there's been homosexuals in every population since the beginning of time, but most cultures didn't have like an identity to go along with it. Like you weren't a gay person, you were like a person with the weird sex thing. Like, so, and in a lot of like medieval Europe, for example, it was more accepted than most people believe it was. So historians, when they talk about figures that were historically, you know, like having sex with the same sex and stuff, they don't use labels like gay or bi because those people back then wouldn't have had that terminology. They wouldn't have seen themselves as gay. They would have just seen themselves as like another man. But they have like this weird sex thing. And then, so I think the characters, Jack and Ennis, were probably more like that, probably with more shame than, you know, in medieval Europe, I guess. But so it's the term gay isn't that important to me when describing them, but I think they definitely like were homosexual men with more homosexual feelings than heterosexual feelings.
Yeah.
I don't think they were two straight men that fell in love at all because, as you can see in the movie, their internalized homophobia is like really powerful, and the only thing that overpowers it is their feelings for each other. So definitely homosexual. I don't think it really matters if they're quote unquote gay or not, but it is interesting. I think that the actors changing their tune about it over 10 years is just kind of reflecting how society changed their tune about it in that same 10 years. So, yeah, does that answer the question?
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so, like, that other quote that was like, these are just sometimes straight men like to have sex with each other.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's just the weird sex thing.
Yeah, like that's how they're trying to
Like-
oh no, they're just straight and they're just like can enjoy having sex this way, but I'm like, but does that not make you gay? Like I don't know.
No, it's like,
Yeah, there are guys like nowadays that like do claim that as their like,
Yeah.
like no, I'm straight. I just have sex with men sometimes. I'm like,
Is that just internalized homophobia?
that's what I think
yeah.
it is.
most of the
honestly.
time, I think so. Or they're on, you know, the bi spectrum, and
Yeah.
they could be
They
even
just
more
won't
inclined
want-
towards women, but still like,
Yeah.
They just don't want
I'll
to
take-
explore that and figure out what it means.
Okay, let's see what's next on my list. I think I'm actually almost through most of them. Okay, what are your thoughts on most queer media being sad or tragic?
It's sad that that is what it is, but like that's kind of reality for a lot of things, especially older media, because like that's what the experience of being gay was. That it was very like a lot of it ended in tragedy because people weren't allowed to be open in who they were, and so like it's sad that that's what it is, but like that is the reality, and so it's very raw and honest. I do like that nowadays a lot of the media that's coming out is a little bit more happy, and they do have happy endings, and there's a lot more like hope in those. But I think it's just a reflection of kind of our society in general.
yeah. And I think up to a certain time period, most of those stories were sad, and it's important to tell those stories. And the newer ones being more optimistic is kind of a like the old sad gay movies had to walk so that the new gay happy movies could run.
Yeah.
Like we had to like get the story out, and that helped, you know, with the acceptance of queerness and general culture. And now we have like space to like live, and then now we can have happy stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to like the hopeful era,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think these sad ones were necessary and good.
Were you about
Yeah,
to
I
say
just, well, I just think it's so interesting because like us and like our generation is like that's part of our childhood upbringing of like being closeted gays. Is like you see watching some of those movies and like in secret and things like that, and like I remember like thinking like, wow, all gay movies are just sad and tragic, and like it was like a big part of my childhood. And then like I'm thinking of like the newer generations, like the movies that they're gonna see and like grow up with, like will be these happier ones. And so it's like such an interesting shift. That's like hopeful that one day it's like you don't have to have this whole big experience of coming out and all these things. It's just like can just be acceptance and people.
Yeah.
I think it's like an interesting balance because like you don't want to erase history, you know, like if you're showing a movie in the 60s, it wouldn't make any sense to show two happy out gay cowboys, you know. So like there has to be some sort of historical accuracy, unless it's Bridgerton, I guess. But at the same time, I worry that like, for example, Bohemian Rhapsody, based on a true story, like, Freddie Mercury did get AIDS and he did die. Mm-hmm. But AIDS, like, HIV is, like, so treatable nowadays, and I didn't even know that until, like, the past, like, year. I'm like, oh, like, if you have HIV, it's, like, there's so many medications and treatments now that, like, it rarely progresses to AIDS, especially in the United States.
A lot of prevention, too.
Yeah, prevention, yeah. There's all sorts of stuff you can take now where, yeah, it's not even, like, passing how it used to. And so it's interesting because I'm like, well, it's based on a true story. Like, obviously, that was the reality for a lot of people, but also, like, is it, like, creating more, like, do you feel like it is still kind of feeding into that, like, stigma or shame when in reality, like, today, again, in the United States, because in other countries it's still more of a problem, but, like, could it be feeding into that in a negative way because today, like, that's not something that you need, like, you're not worrying, like, oh, I'm going to get AIDS and die. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that, I don't know how to word this, but, like, where do you think that balance lies in, like, portraying these, like, real stories and, like, the history versus, like, shifting that perspective so that it doesn't put more, like, fear or stigma into future generations?
Yeah. I think, like, at the time, I don't think the intent was ever to make these movies so that people would be afraid of it, and, like, it was more just that's how it was. They didn't know anything different. So, like, that's how the queer experience was, that it is surrounded by these things because, like you're saying, that, like, there is so much prevention and, like, treatment and stuff now, but it's because of all the homophobia and everything that we didn't have that science back then because no one wanted to focus on it. So I don't think there was ever, most people in making the movies and stuff weren't like, I want to tell this story so that people would be sad about it. And, like, it's just more, that's all they knew. Like, trying to make a happy ending movie just wasn't reality. People wouldn't accept that.
And I think it's essential to tell those darker parts of history. You know, it's like, not to compare something to the Holocaust, because that's almost always a bad idea. But, like we can't just stop talking about it because it was sad. You know what I mean? Like, it's essential, and like, even today, there's a noticeable, like, missing generation of gay men that died in the AIDS crisis. And so I think it's important to tell those stories. And like, in the case of Freddie Mercury, that's, like, perfect because everyone loved him. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's room for both.
And I think, like, even telling those stories nowadays is still important because, like, we're still not in a place where everyone is just happy and accepting of gay people and queer people. Like, there's still progress that needs to be made. So I think those stories are important. And so, like, some people kind of just forget about it. It's like, no, we can't forget this. Like, we're not there yet. We still need to keep moving.
Well, oh, no, it's okay. 12:14. Okay.
I'm like, dang, we should have guests more often.
This is fun.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, but I love your answers.
It was good to see you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see you when you're done, but
Okay.
I'm not leaving. I'm just watching the kids.
Her husband has to leave.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, Sydney has to leave, so you're stuck with just me. Okay, well, sorry, I'm trying to, like, pick up where we left off, but I remember when the Barbie movie came out. I promise I'm gonna, like, circle back.
There's always room for the Barbie movie. I've thought about it 3 times today.
Yeah. So, like, remember when the Barbie movie came out and everyone was like, it wasn't as feminist as everyone thought it was gonna be. It was like Feminism 101. Like, oh, these are things I learned when I was, like, 15 years old about feminism. I was, like, thinking about that with this episode we're recording. Like, this is, like, I don't want it to feel like allyship 101. Like, we should respect gay people. Duh. Like, obviously. But, like, these movies like Brokeback Mountain and even Heated Rivalry, like, these are the communities we come from. Like, we came from homophobic communities that don't know allyship 101.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, when I watched Heated Rivalry, I like, wanted so badly everybody I know to watch episode 3. Is that the episode with Kip and Scott Hunter?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt like, and that's, like, a happy example. And then same thing with Brokeback Mountain. I'm like, wow, like everybody needs to watch this movie. And like going back to Sydney's point about like the sad stories versus the happy stories, I think everybody should watch both. And it really does, like, it's just crazy how much movies and shows and the media we consume can really impact like how you feel about people and your like empathy for people. And it kind of sounds silly, but it's really not.
It's true, yeah.
Did that make any sense?
It did make sense. And just like a side tangent, I hope my grandpa doesn't hear this. But these gay cowboys in this gay cowboy movie really reminded me of my straight cowboy grandpa a lot. And just like the way that they act and like their aversion to like emotional conversations. Or what was the question?
It wasn't really a question. It was just me like, sorry if this seems like allyship 101, but like, this is like the people that a lot of the people in my life, like, they need it.
Yeah. And it brings awareness, but I don't know. I think that was one of the good things about the movie is it brought like normalcy. It married normalcy with gayness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
You weird abnormal gays.
like you were saying, like the Barbie movie, people wished it was like more feminist or things like that. But like honestly, we're still not at that point in society. Like I think when you surround yourselves with a lot of like liberal people and like community and stuff like that, it can sometimes be easy to forget that the rest of the world isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Like there are still incredibly sexist, homophobic, like even racist people.
Yeah.
And so it's like you forget that like we still do need these 101 like lessons about like acceptance.
Yeah. That reminds me of something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So like I've had people tell me, like I've told people, oh, you should watch Heated Rivalry, or oh, did you watch this? Did you read this? And they've told me like, well, I just don't, this is straight people I'm talking about. They've been like, well, I just don't really like reading that stuff because like I don't really relate to it, or I'm just not interested in reading like gay love stories. And I'm not pretending like I've been reading gay love stories since I was like forever. Like this is kind of a recent thing for me. But, you know, I was like, oh, will I like how will I feel about this? Because I do love romance, obviously. And so I was like, oh, will this be just as much fun for me? And I can say, yes, 100% it is. Like, I get the same, like, giddy, excited feelings, like, watching Heated Rivalry. So anyone listening who has said that to me, you're really missing out. But also, like, how do you guys feel? Because Kylan loves romance, and you read and watch a lot of straight romance. So, like, yeah, like, what's the differences? I'm assuming you prefer reading and watching queer stories, or specifically gay stories, but...
Yeah, like, I was going to say that, like, you don't have to be gay to enjoy gay things. Like, I enjoy straight romance stuff and, like, really enjoy, like, it's different because, like, you can't put yourself in, like, into their shoes in the same way and, like, when you're listening or reading to it. But it's still, you can enjoy the story and be happy for the people and, like, it can still affect you in that way. And so, and I think, I don't know. Sometimes when I think about it, like, of course I enjoy, like, gay romance a lot because then it's a lot more I can connect to it. But sometimes just, like, the stories in general, like, sometimes the straight ones are actually better, like, writing and better, like, portrayal. And so, like, I think it's, like, you can definitely enjoy both. Like, it just depends on how you enjoy media in general. Like, do you put yourself in that situation, or do you enjoy it as a story for what it is?
Like, I know you, Parker, don't even really like romance as much as we do. Just in general, right?
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I do like romance when it's two gay men.
Yeah.
But, like...
Okay.
Like
which makes sense.
The romance scenes that are, like, shoehorned into other movies, because every movie has, like, romance in it, right? It's usually straight people. And those scenes I'm, like... so bored.
Yeah.
No offense to women, but the women just really bore me in romance because I'm not attracted to them. I don't relate to them. But the men are obviously more interesting to me, both as like love interests and as someone I can relate to. And so I think it's totally fair to not want to watch like queer romance things. I think something like Brokeback Mountain is more impactful. And I think straight people could get just almost as much as me out of that movie.
Yeah.
But like, not all gay things I think are for everyone. I think it's okay. That's totally okay.
Yeah. I also think like to the people that have told me, oh, I just wouldn't relate to it, I think being human is relatable. And so
totally,
it's
yeah.
crazy to me if people can't find something to relate to.
I think it depends on the romance. Like, is this, like, Brokeback Mountain, I think, is on one end of a spectrum of, like, universal relatability, like, good story. And then some romance things are just, like, it's just the romance. Like, there's not any deeper substance than that. So I think with those ones, it makes more sense to, like, stay in your own lane sexually. But, like, with the bigger stories, yeah, most, like, you can, I think most people can learn from most stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense. Okay, I think I'm pretty much ready to move on to some more lighthearted things. Let me see if I had any other. Also, do you guys have time?
We have all the time in the world.
Okay.
This is all we do today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Listen to this fact. It's Utah. It's a Utah fact about Brokeback Mountain. On January 6, 2006, Utah Jazz owner Larry H. Miller removed the film from theaters at the Jordan Commons Entertainment Complex in Sandy, Utah. Miller said the film's content had no resemblance of a traditional family, which he believed is dangerous. Focus Features threatened legal action and announced it would no longer do business with him. And I just thought that was crazy because when I lived in Utah, that's like my go-to theater. And now I'm like, I shouldn't have been going there.
Yeah.
This is why I go to Cinemark. It's
Really?
not Megaplex.
Okay, I go to...
Well, also for the movie club.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But
now that...
there's something about Larry H. Miller, like his name on everything, is just always just bothered
Whenever a
me.
businessman puts his name over everything, that's
It's always
red flags
bothered
to me.
And so it's just like, I just have this ick with Megaplex. I'm just like, I don't want to go. And so hearing
Yeah.
that, like, is very affirming.
Checks out. Checks out.
Well, it was just funny because, like, this was just from the Wikipedia page of Brokeback Mountain, but literally no other state or theater was mentioned. It was specifically Utah, specifically Megaplex, Larry H. Miller.
Deal about it that it made Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm going to avoid Megaplex at all costs now.
I see.
Which stinks because they're the only IMAX distributor in Utah.
Oh, really? I don't think I knew.
It's okay. I'll live.
Okay, so Brokeback Mountain was based on a short story by Annie Proulx. And I want to read you guys this quote. This is my last fun fact, and then I have some kiss, marry, kills for you guys. Okay, she said, "The film is the source of constant irritation in my private life. There are countless people out there who think the story is open range to explore their fantasies and to correct what they see as an unbearably disappointing story. They constantly send ghastly manuscripts and pornish rewrites of the story to me, expecting me to reply with praise and applause for fixing the story. They certainly don't get the message. Anyway, basically the point is, she gets sent Brokeback Mountain fanfic all the time. And I just thought, it's one thing to write fan fiction, which I think is fine, but like, why are you sending it to the author?
Yeah.
Like, here, read my horny version of Brokeback Mountain. Yeah.
That's so insulting.
Have you ever read any Brokeback Mountain fan fiction?
No. I
I don't
read
think so.
Harry Potter fan fiction.
Really? Was it gay?
Well, yeah.
Who was it? Draco and Harry?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was like, it was probably Harry. It was probably Ron and Harry. Yeah. It was Ron and Harry.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of Draco stuff out there. No, thank you.
There's a lot of Draco stuff. Okay, do you have any final wrap-up thoughts on the movie? Did we cover everything we needed to cover?
Wait, what did you just say like 1 second ago? What was the last thing you asked?
About fanfic?
About fan fiction?
And it's being sent to the author?
Oh, yeah. Just like, I understand, obviously, fanfic is just for fun, and like you can add sex to any story for, that little spice you need. But I like the lack of sex in Brokeback Mountain, because it's not, that's part of the general audience appeal, and it's part of the hardship of the story. Like, they didn't get to have sex very often.
Yeah.
So it's, and the sex they had was probably bad, like, objectively.
Yeah.
They were not experienced, and like the kisses were terrible, but I think that was all very accurate, and it, like, even when they're kissing, you can see them, like,
They're
so attracted to each
Yeah.
other, but they're fighting it so hard at the same time, both of them, and I thought that was, like, really well done.
Yeah.
And so, like, it wasn't sexy, but it was a good story for that, I think.
I actually hadn't thought about that, but everything makes so much more sense now. Like, they're kissing and everything. Also, like, I kept reading quotes about the sex scene in Brokeback Mountain and the director being shy to record it and all this stuff. And I was like, did I black out? Like, did I miss some, like, really crazy sex scene?
No.
You didn't.
Like, I genuinely...
It's not crazy at all.
Okay, I genuinely was like, wait, did I miss something?
Like, you see side profile of Jake Gyllenhaal's butt.
Yeah. So, I guess I just, nothing phases me after a heated rivalry, I guess. Because I was like, where is this raunchy sex scene that everyone's talking about?
Bad at all.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I was like, did I accidentally watch, like, a VidAngel version of
No,
the...
like, I think about that sometimes, like, when I was, like, growing up, like, oh, that's, like, I was, like, felt so much shame about watching it.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and, like, it's gonna have horrible sex scenes. It's, like, practically porn.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it now, it's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That's why I looked at the scene in
awful.
high school, because I was like, this is gonna be good. I've heard things about this. And
But
then
it's-
you watch it and it's like, that.
There
I saw
was
almost
literally
nothing. I saw like half a booty cheek.
There's boobs in the movie, too. It's like...
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, there's more
I
boobs
thought
in
this
here
was
than
going to be
anything
two
else.
guys kissing. This is not what I signed up for. Okay. Well, I think this was a good discussion. And if you've never seen Brokeback Mountain, to anybody listening, you need to go watch it. And now we're going to move on to some Kiss, Marry, Kills, because we're not allowed to say... I'm not allowed to say the F word on this podcast. But I gave Parker and Kylan permission to say it if they wanted to. Okay, Kiss, Marry, Kill. Like I've mentioned this like 3 times now, but Parker and Kylan and I, we love reality TV. So this is Kiss, Marry, Kill with reality TV hosts. Jesse Palmer of The Bachelor, Jeff Probst of Survivor, and Alan Cumming of Traitors.
That's a hard one.
Are they all bad options?
No, I mean, kind of.
Definitely, I would marry Jesse for The Bachelor because,
Okay.
Really?
like, he's boring, but he would also be like I think boring is better husband material. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, he's just good. And then I guess I would kiss Jeff Probst, and I would unfortunately kill Alan Cumming. It's nothing personal, Alan. It's just your
We
outfit's
love him,
terrible.
but no.
Okay, wait, so why do you guys not like him? Because I like him.
Alan?
Is that just like a straight person? Like,
No, I
No,
think a lot of people
I
like
think
him. I
he's
feel
a-
alone in disliking him.
Okay.
No, I think he's a very fun person, and he's,
Yeah.
like, silly, and, like, we would probably have a great time together, but, like, any type of attraction is not there.
okay.
I also hate his outfits on that
Yeah.
show. They're very costumey. Also, like, I think his performance as like a creepy mansion owner is good.
Mm-hmm.
But something about like I don't know the lighting or the editing just like makes it feel silly. Like, it's like he's trying to be all like dark, and instead of zooming in and darkening the background, they like it's like a big open room and he's like standing in one corner and it's like really light. It's just not creepy, you know?
Okay.
He's just a corn dog to me. He's a big old corn dog.
That was hard for me. Jesse from The Bachelor, I just have problems with him.
He's an NPC.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
But he would be so loyal.
I also don't like his face.
He would go get your car washed on a Saturday
But, like,
just
I
for
don't
fun.
want to have sex with him.
I kind of wish he would like try out a new hairdo.
Yeah.
Like he kind of does his hair like a kid.
Yeah, I'm saying like it's like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one hairstyle. We should have a name for it by now, but it was popular in the early 2000s. And now
Yeah.
all the girls that grew up in the early 2000s put it on their babies.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Wait. So what was your final answer,
I
Kylan?
don't know if I have a final
You don't even want to give one.
Kill them all.
Because I guess I'll have to probably. I think I would marry Jeff. I would have to kiss Jesse just because I don't want to kiss
He's gotta be
Alan.
that kisser.
I love Alan, but I don't want to do anything with
Yeah.
him.
He seems like a good person. Just
Yeah.
not a good.
I guess. I guess I like him as a host, but yeah, well, I wouldn't want to marry him or kiss
Yeah,
him.
what's your?
Yeah,
I like him in Spy Kids.
Yeah, I like men, so I can answer this.
Spy Kids.
Yeah, he's the guy that ends up with
Wait, you have to
Like,
see.
Little faces and little
yes.
hands.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry, I guess I would kill Alan Cumming. And I think I would marry Jesse and kiss Jeff Probst. I do really like Jeff. Well, I like Jeff Probst
I
as a
don't know him as well as you
concept.
do.
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit.
I mean, we don't have to get into it, but he's like ruining Survivor, which is sad. But like olden day Jeff, he could get it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we have Jack. Okay, this is Brokeback Mountain. Jack, so Jake Gyllenhaal. Ennis, so Heath Ledger. And then I put Hopper because
That's good actually.
Yeah.
Because I am interested in that guy.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, David Harbour, that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
David
I so forgot he was in this.
Yeah. David Harbour, who plays Hopper in Stranger Things, he makes an appearance in the movie, and it's implied that him and Jake Gyllenhaal's character have an affair.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kiss, Marry, Kill, those three.
Well, are we doing the actors or are we doing those characters?
Those characters. I put the characters, so
Okay,
you
that's
have
good,
to do
actually.
the characters.
I think I would marry Jack because he seems like
You'd have to marry Jack.
he's
Yeah.
the most. He'd be the best like husband. Mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would personally kiss Ennis.
I would too.
And I'm sorry, Hopper. Just not it for me.
If we were talking about the actors, it might be reverse for me. Like, marry David Harbour. Well, actually, we've heard some things.
I
from
know,
his
that's what I was
ex-wife.
gonna say. I was like, is he a good person?
But
I don't know.
He is very hot. He's hotter than Jake Gyllenhaal. But Jake Gyllenhaal's character is probably better.
Yeah.
In the movie, I mean.
I think I would. Yeah, you have to marry Jack.
You can't marry Ennis. What's wrong with you?
It's hard for me
In
to
a different
pick.
time period, maybe you could.
It's hard for me to pick though between kissing. Kissing really doesn't hit the same. Like when I'm thinking about these scenarios. Well, okay, no, that sounded really inappropriate. But it's like, okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So kissing Heath Ledger or David. Okay, but Ennis or Hopper. I think Hopper's hot. He's like got a dad bod.
Very much.
No, I guess I'd probably kiss Heath Ledger though. Like I don't think that's an opportunity you could pass on.
Yeah.
So I'm killing David Harbour, whatever his name is in the movie.
We should get a Brokeback Mountain with that guy. Brokeback Mountain 2, I mean. With that guy. With David Harbour's
A
character.
Okay, next up we have heated rivalry. Ilya, Shane, or Kip?
Which one's Kip? Is he the hockey player or the smoothie?
The
guy?
smoothie guy.
Marry Kip for sure.
I knew you would say
I
that.
love Kip. He's my type.
That really sucks though, that because he's like your favorite character and the audiobook narrator
It's so
is bad for him. They've ruined your favorite character.
That's
I'm
why
sorry.
It's like I will just keep the movie or like the show as the actual canon.
Yeah.
The book, we're just gonna ignore that.
I'm about to start a war against audiobook narrators, by the way. I'm so sick of them.
I know.
Ruining everything.
But yeah, so marry Kip. Probably kiss Ilya. And then I'm sorry, Shane.
You would kill
I
Shane.
would have to. I don't want to kill any of them. I
Yeah.
Like them all.
Kip seems really sweet, so it would be hard not to
He would
marry
be a
him.
good
But also, I
husband.
really like Shane, who is rich.
That's all that's better.
I have to kill Ilya. Well, actually, he'd be a good kisser. Or kisser. Air quotes. I don't know. To go with my gut, I would marry Shane. And then kiss Kip. And then just kill Ilya by default.
This one, okay, because I put Kip in there because I know Kylan loves Kip, but I actually think Scott Hunter is hotter.
Be like a rugged man.
Yeah, so that's where I'm like, okay, so where do I put Kip?
He's got that Paul Bunyan vibe.
Yes, because I think if I really wanted to pick one to marry, I'd pick Scott, but I didn't give him as an option. So does that mean I'd marry Kip? Yeah, it might. Okay, I'd probably marry Kip, actually. Marry Kip, kiss Ilya, kill Shane. My answer, yeah, is the same as Kylan's. This is a Heath Ledger themed one. Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale,
Ooh.
10 Things I Hate About You, or The Dark Knight Rises. 2 movie titles with knight in them. Very different Heath Ledger vibes.
I'm so glad we're bringing up the Joker because a lot of my second watch of Brokeback Mountain, I was like, I can't believe this guy also played the Joker.
Yeah.
What range? But I guess the 10 Things I Hate About You would be Kiss. Because he'd be good at that.
Yeah.
But he would not be a good husband. And so I guess I'd have to kill a Joker or I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
And then marry Knight's Tale. Ooh, that feels good.
I'd give the same answer.
I was actually gonna marry 10 Things I Hate About You.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say Joker.
Not just something about him. I like his dog.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, he is.
He's hot, and like, his character arc is just so good.
Yeah.
So I honestly would probably marry him, and then Knight's Tale and kiss him.
Kiss. I love
I
A
think
Knight's
you guys
Tale.
can have some fun.
Yeah. That's like one of my favorite movies. Okay, the last one is... What happened to my cowboy one? Oh, I skipped over it. Okay, this was Parker's idea. These are animated cowboys or cowboy adjacent. Wear a big hat.
Big hat.
That's all it takes.
Yeah,
Big hat are outside a lot.
because we couldn't think of a third animated cowboy. Woody from Toy Story, Yosemite Sam from Looney Tunes, or Smokey the Bear from The Forest.
Unfortunately, actually, fortunately, I would marry Smokey the Bear. This
Yeah,
is
like,
easy for me.
I would marry him too.
I love Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent wildfires. And then I guess I'd kiss Woody, and Yosemite Sam. No.
Yeah, no.
Kill easily.
Mine's definitely the same.
Kill out of cringe.
'Cause-
I think I would marry Woody.
Okay.
Wait, is that what you said? No, you
No.
said
No.
marry
We were gonna marry Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear. That's crazy. But then I guess that means my option is to kiss him?
Yeah.
Well, or I could kiss Yosemite Sam.
If you want.
Yosemite Sam has to be a bad kisser.
That's a hard one, because I feel bad killing Smokey the Bear.
It's all hypothetical.
I know, I'm taking it too seriously.
He's the not human one.
Okay, kiss Woody. No, sorry. Marry Woody, kiss Smokey the Bear, kill Yosemite Sam.
Rip Yosemite Sam.
Final answer. Thank you guys so much for coming on our podcast.
fun.
Thanks for
And
having us.
thank you for bearing with us in our technology issues. And I'm sorry that Sydney had to leave. It's been a chaotic morning, but I think it will be worth it.
Mhm.
I had fun talking to you guys, and I feel like we got some good stuff. How do you guys feel?
I feel good.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and to follow us at Call Me When They Kiss everywhere. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yay. Okay, hopefully we can piece together
I believe in your editing skills.
all the stuff.
That felt good.